Welcome back. We continue our look at Romeo and Juliet with the 1954 adaptation by Renato Castellani. Bring us in, Sir John Gielgud.
Is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I hope you enjoyed that because the entire aesthetic of that performance has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. Welcome to Screenplay, and this is Renato Castellani's Romeo and Juliet.
To start off, yay, everything's in color! Well, okay, I find the colors a bit questionable, looking a lot like they got their entire palette from a Fisher-Price playset, but they're colors nonetheless.
At the very least, they're not as embarrassing here as they tend to be in other Romeo and Juliet adaptations. On the whole, they're just a bit traditional, with questionable outfit patterns such as a distinct lack of pants, as per usual.
The fact that they actually use outside locations is very welcome. Unfortunately, they seem to use the same few spots over and over, making it look like Verona is just one big cul-de-sac.
As far as scene interpretations, the opening scene actually portrays the feud pretty well. It devolves into murder and panic in a very believable way, with a scared yet interested crowd. You really get a feel of what's at stake and why Prince Aeschylus wants this feud to end sooner rather than later, to the point of delivering harsh punishments to those who try to keep it going.
The scenes in this movie that involve bladed combat are a tad unusual.
The fight between Mercutio and Tybalt specifically is just lame. The choreography gets weird even before they start fighting and stays bizarre and off-putting throughout, at least until Romeo gets involved.
Also, this film has a rather unique interpretation of the Romeo and Tybalt fight scene.
Stay for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him. O wretched boy that didst consort him here shalt with his head.
He just flat out shanks him. No duel, no emotional brawling, just flat out murders him.
You can't deny results.
Speaking of which, this is how he kills Paris.
Oh.
My statement stands.
The way they edited the script, much like the previous one we reviewed, is done to the point that we're not given enough time to care about anyone.
Critical scenes, such as why Romeo is going to the Capulet ball at all, are cut in favor of keeping non-critical scenes such as Friar Laurence frolicking with some birds. Also, a rather jarring change is how they don't have Romeo poison himself near the end. It's only really good if you'd like to have anyone who's familiar with the play at all get confused as to why you would do that. Great choice to take people right out of the story, right at the end.
As far as the actual filming aspects go, there are some great shots that involve the use of shadows and thankfully decent screen transitions. Unfortunately, sensing a theme here yet, there are also scenes where you see nothing but the back of the character's head, and also the fact that they didn't bother changing costumes to the point that you can easily tell which scenes were shot on the same day and what time of day those scenes were shot in.
Some of the wordless scenes are also dragged out rather badly. Juliet's funeral procession is a particularly bad offender. If this movie is trying to streamline the text, however badly it might be going about said streamlining, it's pretty bad and counterproductive to pad the time out with scenes like Juliet's funeral, which is apparently being attended by Spanish inquisitors for some reason.
We move on to our main stars. First off, Laurence Harvey as Romeo. I think he was trying to go for an emotionally intense, hormonal Romeo, I really do. Sadly, what we end up with is a Romeo who seems to be, as far as the expression on his face goes, a serial killer.
Seriously, this Romeo has a bad case of murder eyes. He's just too much. Far too blustery, not at all natural. He really does seem like he's on the edge of a total breakdown where he just might snap and kill someone, most likely Juliet. Not so good there. He does have several moments of legitimate adorableness when he's with her, but it's far from the bulk of the performance.
And it is really, really sad because this guy is really good at Shakespearean acting. I mean, look at his Hamlet.
For in that sleep of death, dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil.
Sorry, I'm late again. Traffic was killer again. But I'm here now. No! God, my eyes! Oh, my eyes! Why does this keep happening?
I'm not entirely sure how to respond to this.
Please fair, Bodkin.
That's not what Bear Bodkin means. Okay, let's just move on to Juliet. Juliet, played by Susan Shentall after the director found her at a London pub of all places, is very fun and witty, though the way she jumps into her passion is a little creepy and she's not entirely natural herself. It seems like it comes more from an overall direction to speak the verse in an airy, false kind of way. She does, however, have a good presence and a bright personality. You can feel her determination and passion, and I did like her scenes a lot.
Shentall is definitely likable, and this interpretation is much better than the Opium High Juliet of the previous movie. Although she seems to have traded the poppy for ecstasy in this one because she is seriously constantly horny.
And when she and Mr. Murder Eyes get together, things get mightily weird. It's the unholy alliance of horny and crazy. Not so good.
At the end of the day, this is not a very good adaptation. Like the previous Romeo and Juliet, this movie does not give us enough time to care about these characters. This script cut feels far too rushed, yet they decided to block events at such a slow pace which completely undoes any benefits that the streamlining might have given.
That being said, the movie far outdoes the previous, which I realize isn't exactly a Herculean task, but still, it has much more immersive scenes, much better lead performances, although again, Romeo does leave a fair bit of room for improvement, and a generally better depiction of Verona. The overall effect is one that is good, not great, with many faltering choices when it comes to the presentation of the core storyline, such as a bizarre script cut and uninspiring supporting performances.
And another thing, the John Gielgud cameo in this one seriously feels like it's from another adaptation. It's like they just wanted to have his name in the credits somewhere and didn't really care enough to take it any further.
And with that, we end our look at Renato Castellani's Romeo and Juliet. Next time, we'll take a look at the popular adaptation by Franco Zeffirelli. Until then, this has been Cassius.
And this has been Sharky.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late again. The traffic was killer again, but at least my voice got really squeaky and I laughed at it.